Hey guys, I'm with Kay Sanders, who's known as the creator of Possibilities, and is an intuitive business mentor, certified Akashic record consultant, and an international best-selling author. Kay helps conscious entrepreneurs create momentum in their business. And Kay, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Yes, I'd love to. I mean, first of all, thank you so much, Matt, for having me. It's definitely a pleasure, and I hope I can provide you guys with some value today. Now, as far as me, I mean, originally I'm from Germany, so if you're wondering where this whole weird accent is coming from,
Uh-huh.
now you know. But yeah, I am an intuitive business mentor. So basically, what I do is I work with a lot of the conscious entrepreneurs, the heart-centered entrepreneurs, on really helping them get in alignment with their business. Because oftentimes, I entrepreneurs, we go in circles, don't really know what to do, how to do it. Are we on purpose? Is this our purpose? How are we supposed to do all these things? And also the financial things. So there's a lot of mindset stuff going on as well, where a lot of entrepreneurs really struggle with making the impact that they want to make. So this is where I come in. Like I include the spiritual aspects, the Akashic records, with the mindset and the business, like the business system strategy that most people hate. But I do it all in alignment, like really helping my clients
Mm.
create a sound blueprint based on the Akashic record readings that I do, so they can be in complete alignment with what they are meant to do and how they're meant to do it. Because if you're not in alignment with the things that you do, the strategies and those type of things, you're really going to go in circles because you're not in alignment where you can attract what you want to attract. Because if you're misaligned, all the things you're doing is really just, you're doing all this great work, but it's not going to get you the results. So I really help my clients be in complete alignment with their business, their purpose, how they're meant to do things, so they can really be out there and make the difference that they want to make. So that's in short what I do.
Okay, sounds great. And last time we talked about we both kind of bonded over the importance of list building.
Mhm.
And so I want to mainly talk about that today, just to keep this conversation focused. I know there's a million things we can talk about, but in terms of list building, um, so there, I know there's a few different types. We've had a conversation about this, about social media list building and email list building. And what are lists, first of all, and why do you need them?
Okay, a list is really, I would like to refer to really the email list. It's like your list of raving fans. Now, the reason why it's important is because when you don't have a list, you really don't have anyone to market to. Because yes, you can throw something out on Facebook or LinkedIn, but if people don't really know you, they're not going to take you up on your offer. So marketing to a cold market, which is really those people that don't know who you are, that are not on your list, they haven't followed you, that you didn't build that know, like, and trust factor with them yet, it's really hard for them to say, yes, I want to buy from this person. Yes, I want to have a customer session with this person or anything like that. So it's really difficult to move someone from the cold market, people that don't know you, to actually buy from you. Now, when you have a list, an email list, for example, you have already built a relationship with them, or actually you get to build that relationship with those followers, because then you can nurture the relationship. You can provide really great content, so they're going to get to know you with the work that you're doing, so they can see, is that person in alignment with me? Do I want to learn more? Do I want to take that next step? So they're going to be able to kind of stalk you in a way, in a good way, right? Because they get to follow you a little bit, they get to learn from you, they get to experience you, so you can build that know, like, and trust factor once you have them on your list. You can't do that with people that are not on your email list, because who's going to really see your stuff? I mean, it's great to have a big social media following, but let's be honest. Let's say, like, I have close to 18,000 connections on LinkedIn. How many people of those 18,000, almost 18,000 connections, do you really think are going to see my posts? A small number. So when I look at the numbers of people that like my or see my post, it's like anywhere between 100 to 500 who actually view it out of 18,000, or close to 18,000. Now, if I would have all these people on my email list, the chances of those people are actually going to open my emails is a lot bigger. So there are kind of like my raving fans. So they're going to be more inclined to actually say yes to when I make an offer, when I say, hey, I have a new freebie, or come join me on a webinar, or whatever it is that I'm offering, because they already are connected with me. They already said yes to me in some way. Maybe they haven't bought from me yet, but still they have said yes to an offer. So that's why it is so important to have a list, because that's your list of raving fans. It is so much easier to inspire your raving fans, people that know about you, that know your content, to inspire them to take that next step with you than if you're just throwing it out there. It's like opening your window, say, hey, I have this to offer, who wants it? And no one really comes to you, right?
Mhm.
So that's why having a list is so very crucial for your business.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And I think the difference between email list building and then like having a following on social media, having connections on social media, is that it actually takes effort for someone. There's like, it's a little hard for someone in today's age to opt into your email list. You have to go through a lot. You have to like, there's people know that spam is a thing. People are protective about their inbox, so they only really want people in their inbox who they really enjoy. So if someone's going to go all the way to opting into your email list, that they want to hear from you and they want to learn more. So it's kind of compared to just liking someone's social media page or just connecting on social media. There's a lot more barrier to entry into an email list. Even though someone hasn't paid yet, it's a proof that they are pretty interested in what you have to say, or at least they might be, or they might be open to it.
Yeah, it's definitely the first step. I mean, I'm not saying don't build your social media following, because that will help you then build your list as well. I mean, I always say pick at least one social media platform that you can really build out, that you can really become that influencer, because you want to become seen as that influencer. And the best way to do that, especially if you're building your business online, is by being present on a platform. You can use LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is more like business to business, or you can use Facebook, or even nowadays it's Instagram is also very popular, even YouTube. Whatever platform you feel most inclined to use or most connected with, and of course where your ideal clients hang out, that's where you want to really build up your presence and become that influencer. I mean, once you are on there like consistently and post great content, connect with more people, you're starting to become seen as that influencer, that expert. And then from there, you want to turn those people into your email subscribers, because once you really post consistently on social media, on those platforms, and became that influencer on that platform, then when you make an offer like, hey, I'm having a webinar coming up, a webinar is a list building strategy, right? So you can offer that, and then people say, hey, I like what she's posting, I like what he's posting, let me check them out on a webinar. So then they sign up to your webinar, and then boom, they're on your list. Or even if you have a lead magnet, same thing. When you post it on there or put it on your profile, people are more inclined to then say yes to that once you really build up that channel. I mean, if you're just fresh on LinkedIn or Facebook and have never posted anything, don't have a following, and then all of a sudden you're posting about a webinar or a lead magnet or something like that, they're like, who is that? And no one's really going to see it anyways. So you want to actually do both, but you want to, if you have a big following on a social media platform, you always want to work towards getting them onto your email list, because let's face it, I mean, with everything that's going on with, let's say, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any of those platforms, they could be gone tomorrow. And then what are you going to do? So it's really important to still turn those people that are on your social media following onto your email subscribers, because you don't want to lose them, because your email list, they're yours. The only time you're going to lose those people is if they unsubscribe. But that list, that's yours. You can market to them. You can, email them daily if you want. You can email them never. That's all up to you. But that list, that's yours to keep. Social media, if it's gone, if Facebook or LinkedIn closes down tomorrow, then all those connections are gone. So you definitely want to convert them into your email list.
And the way I see it is like it's deeper and deeper levels of connection. Like if you think about it as a funnel, the social media may be at the top of the funnel, and those followers, they're up here. And then if they want to take the next step, it's like you get someone on social media is designed to get people on your email list. Well, that's the purpose of it for business sake. It's not just meant to sit in social media. You have to kind of transition off the platform to your email list or to a phone conversation as soon as you can.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, social media is really just for you to build up your expert status, to become known as the influencer. And then from there, it's really the stepping point of everything. Like you want to become that influencer. And then from there, then move them step by step. I mean, everything is a journey. Like it starts out with them finding you maybe on LinkedIn or, on any of those social media platforms. And then, they kind of stalk you. They kind of see, is that really someone that I want to learn more about? And then they may eventually, it could take years before they say, yes, I want to be on his email list, or I want to be on her email list, before they take that next step. But consistently building up that your influence online is definitely going to help you convert more of those people. I mean, I don't want to say convert, but inspire them to take whatever next step it is with you.
Right. And how do you actually build your, what are the specific processes that you need to do to build your email list?
I mean, there are a couple of different strategies. I mean, right now, the most important one, or the most effective ones, are really those lead magnets. That's like the free offer. That can be a PDF, it can be a little email course, even challenges. You can do a virtual summit. That's another one. That's like a list building strategy on steroids. So where you can really blow up your email list relatively quickly. It's a lot more work than just a lead magnet, but still, I mean, if you really want to build your email list very, very quickly with the help of others, virtual summits is a great way. But if you want to go at on your own, then lead magnets really the best thing. I mean, you definitely want to have different lead magnets. Start with one, and it's something that has to be of value to your ideal clients, something that they want right now, something that solves a challenge that they're having right now. Not something that they may later on would need. No, you want something that they need right now. So for example, if you work with other entrepreneurs like me, I work with entrepreneurs on getting more clients. So getting clients is like their most important thing, or, overcoming money blocks or something like that. So I would create something that really fits, that solves one of the problems that they have right now. So it really has to be appealing, because like you mentioned earlier, it's getting harder and harder for people to really say, yes, I want to be on your email list, because let's face it, there's so much noise out there nowadays, so many people offering so many different things. And I'm sorry, I don't want to be, I don't want my email inbox to be blown up with all these different offers. So whatever you're offering really has to be very, very valuable to your ideal clients, that really where they say, I need to have that. I don't care how many emails I'm going to get from her. I want to receive that free offer. But then another one is a webinar is also a great list building strategy. And then gift giveaways, also great strategy. I mean, there's so many different ways. Even podcasts can be a list building strategy, where you then maybe offer a lead magnet. So there's so many different strategies out there. The key is really to choose something that is in alignment with you. Mm-hmm. Because, like I mentioned earlier, like if you're misaligned to a strategy that you're using, if you don't think it's really good enough, if you don't know if anyone actually would want to sign up for that, if you have any doubt about the strategy, you really want to check in with yourself before you choose that strategy. Because if you're in complete alignment, then you're really wasting your time, because you're not going to get the results, because energetically, you're not going to attract people to you, because you already have doubt about this strategy going to work. So you also want to pick a strategy that really excites you. So for example, if you want to do a summit, you really got to be excited about it, because it's a lot of work. If you're not excited about it, don't do it, and pick a different one. But there are really so many different strategies out there. The easiest one is really a lead magnet. Create something. It can be a checklist, an ebook, a quiz, an assessment, a little video series, an evergreen challenge. What else?
What I'm wondering though is so you have a lead magnet, and then how do you actually get people to view your lead magnet so that they can sign up for your list? And a lead magnet, just for definition's sake, is like a little piece of content that someone can get in exchange for an email address. So you need to fill out an email address to get it. And we can show you the mechanics of how to do that, like in the post attached to this video. But how do you get people to actually look at your lead magnet?
Yeah, you can also use different ways. So let's say if you're on podcasts, for example, if you're being interviewed, a lot of the podcast hosts nowadays, they allow you to make an offer. So if you have a lead magnet that matches your talk, or the topic that you're talking about, you can say at the end, hey, by the way, I have a really great offer that goes a little bit more deeper into this topic. Here's the link, check it out. So that's one way. Then you can even write a blog post or multiple blog posts that are around the topic of your lead magnet, and then include the link to the lead magnet within your blog post. If you're doing LinkedIn articles, same thing, you can share it on there. You can do a video about it and maybe do some ads around that. Like YouTube ads are actually very, very easy to do, very inexpensive to get some views. So you can do a video about it, mention a lead magnet about it, include a link there. You can also partner up with someone. So let's say your list, I mean, your people that you focus on are my ideal clients. And what I do is not what you do. So I could say, hey, Matt, I have this great offer about, financial abundance, yada, 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 free lead magnet. Would you be interested in, sharing it with your list? You say, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So I'm being introduced to your list. Then I can do the same for you. If you're doing something about, say you're doing something that I don't do, then I can return the favor, send something out to my list, introducing them to you. So you can do partnerships like that. I mean, I really am a huge fan of collaborating, building partnerships, because just because we're in business for ourselves doesn't mean we have to do it all by ourselves. And when you collaborate with other people, you can actually make a much, much bigger impact because you get to reach more people. So you can create a bigger movement. But there are so many different ways you can go about it on the free version. Then you can also make an investment with Facebook ads, for example, or YouTube ads, like the Google AdWords. So there are many different ways also that you can promote it, but just share it with your list already, or share it in social media posts, share it on different social media platforms. You can do videos, images about your lead magnet on Instagram, for example. You can do a series of little, tidbits of, content of your lead magnet that all leads into, hey, if you want more information, here's a lead magnet. Here's a free offer, a free resource, that goes more into detail about that. So you can incorporate that and repurpose your content in many different ways just to raise the awareness around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are free versions, free ways to do it, and then also the paid version.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, that's a good framework to think about it. And usually, the clients that I work with, life coaches, career coaches, wellness coaches, a lot of the times their struggle is they don't have any audience at all. And so, like, if they share it on social and they can't share with their email list, like, to promote their lead magnet because they don't have an email list. They can't share on LinkedIn or Facebook because no one really, it's just their friends. And you can't really share on Twitter because no one on Twitter is paying attention to them. So kind of they're in this catch-22 thing where it's like you can't build your audience because you don't have an audience, and then you have to kind of pay. And paid methods can be a really great way to get the ball rolling, but also can be a good way to burn $1,000 like that. So, but they also like they might really be a good strategy for you. It just kind of depends on what your budget is. But what about those people that don't, like, who are just starting out and don't have any audience at all? Like, how can they kind of, I know they can share something on social media, but what else can they do? It sounds like joint ventures is you were talking about, which I liked a lot. So the collaborating. Do you recommend that as the thing that they should focus on?
It's one thing that they can focus on. I mean, if you're just starting out and you don't have an email list and you really want to boost your email list, a virtual summit is really the best way to go, because you can, if you're doing it the right way, you can boost your email list by hundreds, if not thousands of people. And it gives great exposure to all the experts, because basically what the summit is, you're getting all these experts together that you interview, and they promote the event. So ultimately they're promoting you. Everyone that signs up for the summit is on your email list. And then of course, if the expert shares one of their lead magnets in the interview, then they get email subscribers too. But since you're the host of the event, everyone that signs up for the event, that's on your email list. That's what I did. Like my very first summit, I grew my list by, I made some mistakes, so I only grew my list by 200-300 people, but still that's 200-300 people that I didn't have before, right?
That's really
now,
and I this is actually a really unique tactic. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about virtual summits. And it's something that I think people should take more advantage of, hosting, getting experts together. And how many experts did you have to find, and how did you coordinate and what were the whole logistics behind this? How did you put this on?
I mean, it is quite a lot. So it's not just like, oh, come, I'm going to do a summit right now, and next month I'm going to launch. I mean, for me, I think the first one, it took me about 6 months to do it because I did all of the back end stuff myself. I created a landing page, I did all the interviews, I did the editing. So there's a lot, the stuff that goes into it. Most of the summits, they are video based. So you need to do the videos, and then you need to do the landing page. You need to do the email series. And so there's a lot to it. I mean, I highly recommend work with someone that already has done a summit, or otherwise you might do a whole lot of work and you're not getting the results. So I highly recommend work with someone that has done it. It just, it's a lot less headache. But, having maybe 15 experts at a minimum probably would be the best, because you want experts that have an email list. If you're going to go for, also startups that don't have an email list, it's not going to do you any good, because you want exposure. So you want to go for people that have an email list already. Ideally, anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 email subscribers, because then you get the nice boost, or even a little less. But I mean, that's completely up to you. But you want to have at least 15 people, minimum 10. The more the better. I mean, my first summit, I had 20, me included, and then the second one, I had 32, I believe, me included. So I did a little episode myself.
Nice.
But then everyone really promotes the event. So it is an event. Like, it's similar to a podcast. It's just with a podcast, it's ongoing. So it's stretched out, so you don't have to really cram everything in. But with a summit, it is an event that goes from a certain time frame to a certain time frame. So
and
it is a lot more
urgency and and kind of a live element attached to it. I think this is a fascinating tactic. I like it a lot. It's a really cool tactic that I hadn't considered, that I think more people should definitely consider. And is this virtual summit a free thing, or is it a paid thing? Like, do people, is it, so it's a free, like people are signing up for free and viewing all the experts?
Yes and no. Or yes, what you can do is, you want to start out as a free event, but if you want to make money with it, because I mean, you are putting in a whole lot of time into creating that event, you want to do an all access pass. So the difference is, the free version is, you have those people that subscribe to the event, they have access to the video for 24 to 48 hours. Then the video is being taken down. So if they miss it, they have an option to pay the all access pass. So then they have access to the videos, lifelong. So then they can rewatch, or they have access to the gifts from the experts. So you can do it either way. You can do it either just a free event. If you don't want to deal with all the e-commerce stuff, setting everything up and all these different things, you can just do it just a free. But if you also want to make money with it, then I would suggest start out with offer it for free, but then make it an option to buy the all access pass for those who want to have access to the videos, to the interviews, who are not going to be able to participate. And, the price for that usually is between $47 and $97. So you can make some money with that as well. But
awesome.
You can do both, I highly recommend doing both.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like, if someone wants to keep the content forever, then they can pay $47, $97 or whatever it is. But I like that. It's like a way to, it's both a lead magnet, and then also it's a new product in itself.
Exactly. And another thing I want to mention is, it's not just a lead magnet to build your list. It's also going to be massive exposure. Right. Because if you're thinking about it, if you're getting let's say 15 or 20 or maybe even 30 experts on the show, you're being exposed to those people's email list. So you can ultimately be exposed to, worldwide. So that is really, it's massive growth for your brand, massive visibility for your brand, for your business, for you, for who you are. And then people get exposed to you. And then even though you are not the person being interviewed, but guess what? You're being perceived as a leader because you are putting this event together, right? So that's instant credibility, exposure, expert status, and you can really boost you're being seen as an influencer because you're putting this event together. You're being exposed to all these people that you would have probably never, being exposed to on your own. So it's really an amazing event. And the thing is, what you want to think about is too, is it's not just that you're being exposed, the experts as well, they get exposed to all these other networks as well. So it's really a win-win situation for everyone, the experts, you as the host, and of course the people that are signing up for you for your event. They're going to get massive value by, you know, listening to all the interviews and, you know, getting all the gifts from the experts. So it's really an amazing strategy, and that really is a win-win situation for everyone that's involved.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. Is there any last thing you want to leave with the audience? Please share that now.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, you know, I really would like to suggest is, like, if you haven't done any list building yet, I highly recommend start somewhere, even if it's just a lead magnet. If you don't want to go for a summit or webinars or whatever, just something simple is enough to get started, but really make list building one of your top priorities, because that's going to help you fill your calendar with a lot more clients a lot quicker than, you know, just, you know, chasing after clients. So it's definitely a great way to build your business.